Welcome to this Building a Bridge, Understanding Generation Gaps in the Workplace course, produced by the Training Factor. This course will help you understand the various generations present at work and understand what motivates each of them and how to work together. While having various cultures in one workplace can present communication problems and conflicts, the benefits of such a variety in the workplace outweigh it. Learning how to deal with the generation gap at work will help you to become a better manager or coworker. In this course, you will learn the history behind generation gaps. What are traditionalists? What are baby boomers? What are Generation Xers? What are Generation Yers? Differences between each type of generation. Finding common ground among the generations. Conflict management. Leveraging the benefits of generation gaps at work. History. Let's begin by examining which generations exist in the workplace, what defines a generation, and what this means in our workplace. Which generations exist in the workplace? Today's workplace presents many challenges that are based solely on meeting goals, business objectives, and project deadlines. Threaded throughout the normal business activities are dynamics that could present issues and conflicts if left unchecked. Since many older workers remain on the job longer and younger workers are entering the workplace right out of college, the work environment is fragmented into various generations. In order to understand this eclectic environment, it is necessary to understand which generations are present in today's workplace. Because humans live on average 77 to 80 years, 4 potential generations may exist in the workplace today. The 4 generations that could be present are the following: Traditionalist, Baby Boomer, Generation X, Generation Y. Understanding the background, attitudes, and work styles of each generation is essential for a manager or supervisor. If they want to effectively coach and communicate, then understanding these differences is paramount in creating a respectful and peaceful work environment for all employees. This workshop will help you learn the characteristics of each of the 4 generations and how to deal with their uniqueness. Before we get into the details of each of the 4 generations, we are going to learn what defines a generation. What defines a generation? A generation is a group of people born during the same period and sharing the same attitudes and values. The period is the factor to dividing the generations into groups. The 4 generations mentioned in the previous section have time ranges that define their period. For example, the traditionalist generation represents people in a generation born before 1946. The baby boomers are people born between 1946 and 1961. Generation X represents people born between 1962 and 1980, and Generation Y represents people born in the 1980s and 90s. In each period are experiences that shaped the attitudes and values of each generation. In addition, the interaction between generations is also a factor in shaping the subsequent generation. For example, Generation X sought to be different from the larger, more influential baby boomers. This thinking affects their behaviors and preferences. Traditionalists. The members of this generation were born before 1946. Their background. Their background touched on dealing with some incredible social issues. For example, a traditionalist may have experienced the Great Depression, World War I, and World War II. The military influenced their way of life since war was a great part of their cultural event, and many served during this era. The traditionalists were brought up during tough times, where scarcity of resources was caused by economic troubles and war. Since the country was in a military and social program mode, individuality was not celebrated. The culture saw a uniform thought pattern which was brought on by rallying against a visible foe.